welcome. Thank you guys for being here. And so I'm going to do this a little bit differently this workshop. I was thinking about how I wanted to get started. But in order maybe for you guys to sort of, especially after you saw that interactive art upstairs, and hopefully you had a chance to read the poem that came, the inspiration that came with it, I thought to start it in a different way, which is we're all here, we're wearing all these, and that's what that art was all about. These layers, these costumes, these characters we're playing in this so-called movie of life, and each of our characters, they have their own stories and their own thoughts and emotions, and they get triggered and we act on them. But wouldn't it be nice if we can just shed all that, let it all go, and just be in every moment, every day, just be. Doesn't need to be anything other than that. So I invite you guys to close your eyes. Close this door. They're having the party still over there. And take a couple of deep breaths. Connect with your breath. Connect with your heart. Those two are the most important things to bring you back in the here and now. Your breath and your heartbeat. Even if you think you're controlling your breath, I guarantee you at some point it's going to ask you to stop. It's like, I got this. Your body's got this. It knows how to breathe. The heart knows what it's doing. Just let it be. And now feel yourself transported somewhere in nature that has trees, birds singing. There's a waterfall nearby. And you're standing barefoot on moss, feeling the softness of the moss, the fresh air, the sound of the birds, and the waterfall. And now, whenever you're ready, just feel these characters, like I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a husband, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a heterosexual, I'm bisexual, I'm a daughter, I'm a son, I'm a friend, I'm an architect, I'm a doctor, I'm a project manager. All of it, just feel as if you're taking these layers off and leaving it on the ground. You're standing there. Your body knows what it's doing. It always does. You just watch the breath, watch the heartbeat, and let all these layers just come off of you on the ground. And feel how light your shoulders are getting as you're taking each one off. Feel how much lighter your heart and chest is as you're taking these things off. Your stomach is even lighter. Your hips, your lower back, everything is getting lighter and lighter. Any other characters that you think you have? The one that's afraid, that needs to control life. him or her a hug too and say, it's okay, just for a minute. We don't need to control anything. We can just let go. Everything's taken care of. Just feel how light you are. You can just be as you are. No need for anything else. Everything's perfect and as it should be. Nothing else is needed. Your body, your life is taken care of. You're just being here and now. Nothing else is needed. Feel your heart opening up. Those bubbles, those sparkles you saw earlier, that's what's happening to your heart. Opening up to receive love and give love freely. It's now safe. You are safe to receive love and give love without any conditions, agenda, any worry. Your heart is open to receive and give. And whenever you guys ready, take your time. If you like any of those layers that you left, you can put them back on. And if not, you can feel your toes and slowly come back here. And open your eyes. How are we feeling? Okay. That is what we are doing every day. We're just walking around in life. Our mind takes over because we're playing a character, right? All those characters, when you put on any of those costumes, and it's okay, you know, everybody is not safe for us to be without our costumes. I just invite you to be aware that you are putting those costumes on because you want to feel safe in life. You want to be accepted. You want to be loved. And it goes like, I have responsibilities and I have this and I have that. And I guarantee you, those are all mind telling you that you need those. Because there are plenty of people that are just being. They're responsible adults still. I think I'm responsible adult. And life still moves and flows because you allow it. You're not controlling it anymore. When you put on those costumes, that character goes in motion, the mind starts, and you start controlling everything. Even when you're not aware. You have expectations, things gotta get done, this has to be done, it has to be done a certain way. And then you're in it, and then those emotions come, anger comes. Why didn't this get done this way? I wanted it. Why did that person do this to me? Why did you say this to me? Or fear is like, oh, I didn't get this. I needed this so bad. My life is over if I don't get this. The only moments that we think is okay is like if we're happy and joyful, and those are allowed. Those are like, okay, mind can go shh. But even in those, mind is active constantly. It's like, well, don't stay here too long because, you know, we got other shows to perform. So let's get back in action now. But the first step in realizing these characters that you play is awareness. Just start becoming aware. Anytime you're triggering, you get triggered, that's the first step. That's an indication. A character I have right now is at play. And then there's no fixing, because that's the other character that a lot of us have. The fixer. Oh no, I gotta fix this. I need to clean this up in order to get to the other place. So there's no fixing. There's nothing to do. All that is required of you is awareness, because our natural state, before we put on any of these characters, is that awareness space. Is that gap between like when you're sleeping and as you're waking up. The awareness is there. It hasn't put on any costumes yet. The I hasn't started. I need to be this. I need to do that. It hasn't started yet. So that gap is that awareness gap. It's just there. It's just your being. And the more you stay in that place, and you can let the show go on. You don't even need to do anything about it. At the beginning when I started, it was like I'm inside myself, I'm watching myself. The outside character, and then I'm in there, it's like, wow, holy cow, she's like really nuts right now. Let her just do her show, and then when she calms down, I'll have a chat with her. But that awareness is what gets you to slowly start releasing these characters in costumes. Because that's only required. The mind can't trick you anymore. When you're in it, you're not noticing anything else. But in that awareness, when you're watching it, it can only do its thing for a little bit, and then the show's like, okay, this is not fun anymore. I'm not getting this person to act and just go crazy anymore. She's got this now. So that is the first step, awareness. And the biggest one after that is no fixing. There's nothing to fix, nothing to do. And slowly you'll see also in that space of awareness, these characters you built, they were there for a purpose, for a reason. And that's the energy of the inside. A lot of people say, well, mentally, logically, intellectually, I know these things. But still it's not happening. The reason it's not happening is that there's still a part of you that doesn't want to connect to the pain. Because we have deemed pain, sadness, suffering is bad. It's bad, it's bad. Do everything you can to fix it and get away from it. But the way to cross that bridge to where these characters truly stop is for you to sit there, and in that awareness you can hold space for that pain, for that sadness, for that fear. Because right now, all those emotions that we don't want to deal with, we don't want to see, all those reasons we built this character, they're like the boogeyman inside of us. And we want to run away from them and not hear them and not listen to them and why they're there. But as soon as you open it up and you're willing to see it, feel it, then that forgiveness naturally comes about. And that leads to that heart opening to allow that love in. You can receive and give love freely and openly because the fear goes away. So start with awareness, no fixing, no doing. And in that, don't let the fear of the boogeyman scare you. Watch it, hold space. I see you. Look at it as if you had a kid and your kid was acting that way. Your kid is scared. Your kid is sad. Your kid is, upset about something. You can't fix it. As parents, sometimes we think we can fix it, but I guarantee you, we cannot fix it. We're just holding space for them. And that's what you do for those inside parts. Hold space, feel it, and you'll see it's just the program will stop. Because when the program is going to go there again, it's like, something's different. Doesn't quite catch the same way. And then the second time and the third time is like, oh, wow, I'm moving much better. And the fourth time, it's completely gone. It's not there. Questions so far? Comments, questions? Anything you want me to expand on?
I'm sorry, can you explain, you said the boogeyman, is that the personas that we have created inside of us?
The boogeyman is what I call is those emotions that we're trying to run away from. Those characters, those deep wounds in there that we're, we dealt with, we experienced it as kid, whatever, adult, whenever we experienced it, that pain of, we think this is going to be the same. I don't want to experience that pain anymore. Mm-hmm. But from a place of awareness, when you go in that openness that I'm not scared of this anymore, and you open up to receive that painful part of yourself and hold space for it. You can, things that may happen to you as you're holding space, crying, body shaking, and some very, depending on how you release stuff, vomiting, diarrhea, all that stuff, because they're physically, you've been holding on. It's funny to me, people come to me and they want to do ayahuasca and they want to do different things. I'm like, well, do you know what that does for you? It's like, no, I just want to do it. I want to get rid of these things. I'm like, well, ayahuasca's not going to do that to you. Ayahuasca's going to make you vomit and diarrhea and all that stuff, and it's going to show you you. If you're not willing to see you, then there's no point for ayahuasca. Because that's the purpose of all these plant medicine, is to show you you. Show you what's inside. And you don't need it. You don't need the plant medicine. All is that your willingness and your awareness, and you see it. But the purging that happened physically is because we've been holding on to this stuff so long. Why do illnesses happen? All the illnesses, they have an emotional aspect to them. It's those things that we've been carrying as a child from our parents, past lives, whatever, all of it together in this lifetime. And that causes us physical ailments, physical things that we're experiencing. And in order to release those things, the body does what it can by purging. And again, that purging can happen as sweating, shaking, vomiting, diarrhea. I always, whenever it's like, cool, thank God it's getting out of my system now. It's a gift. Honestly, if you can, the other thing is, if you can develop a practice, a habit, that immediately when something comes into your life and you feel it's triggering you, if you pause in that moment, just to pause and say, this is a gift. This is life working for me and not against me. Just give yourself that moment to say that to yourself and allow it to go in, and then go have that experience. You see, you might even not, the experience might go, it's gone. Those feelings are gone. Or you're more open to it and say, even though if I can't see it right now, I know this is a gift, this is needed for my next step, whatever that is. Because all we are in this forms, anything in this life, anything we're looking at right now, is atoms, right? Everything is made up of atoms. protons, electrons, neutrons, all together, bunched up. And they come together in this physical form. And as we experience and we allow things, this is energy, right? Our bodies is made up of atoms, photons, and energy, electromagnetic, right? So it's energy moving in. And the more you shift, that energy needs to shift with it. It's like, oh, okay, we're doing something different now. We're gonna do everything a little different. And that's when some of these things need to come out. The purging needs to happen for that shift to happen. So take it in as a gift. Give a pause. Junko, do you need to get water? You okay?
Yeah,
Sure?
thank you.
Okay. Get a pause. Everything is a gift. Even though if I can't see it, life is working for me. Switch to this. Switch your attitude to this. And you'll see everything else shifting. Because it can't catch on. It can't bite anymore. There's no resistance. Because when you go in and say, I need it this way, I want it this way, why is this happening? That resistance happens, and the resistance, what do? If you want to resist, something has to resist back, right? The law is like, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if there is no reaction, what's the other? There's nothing there to push on, right? It has to open. The energy has to leave. Any questions, comments? Go for it, Leila.
I always have questions. So how do you develop I mean, obviously you don't want to induce vomiting or, I don't know, take laxatives. You sometimes you can cry and sometimes you can't cry. So how do you, like, you sit with it and you say, okay, this is a gift, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how do you purge it if it's really stuck in there? Like, what can you do to help kind of process these
Okay.
things?
2 things. One is that I want you to be aware of the fixer.
Mm.
Because right now the fixer is talking. How do I do this?
Yeah.
How do I get there?
Yeah.
Come on, do it. Come on, get it out of my system. Can I just go sit somewhere and have diarrhea and vomit and get it all done right now? Right now. And one day, I want it out. What's the fastest thing? So the fixer's active, right? That's the awareness. You gotta be aware. Anytime you use the word I, just watch that I and see the rest of it. What is it saying? Where is it going? That's how you see those costumes and characters. Who's playing this role right now? Right? So that's the first step. That's that awareness. Anytime you say I, it's like, okay, let's watch this I. Where does this I want to go? What is it saying? Not to fix it, not to change it, I'm just watching a movie. Let me see what does this character want to do now? So that's starting there. But then when you start becoming aware of the character, that allowing, because you're gonna, staying as awareness, it's one thing, but this character has a lot of thoughts and emotions and things happening, right? So that's when you get sort of like, you get involved like this with the emotions that are happening, right? With the thoughts get you going. So it's always, for a long time, you're gonna have this period where you're going sort of like this. You're aware, but also you're in character. So this is gonna happen, it's normal, because it's not gonna happen overnight. So the times, but if you can manage to stay in awareness longer and longer, meaning like as you're getting up in bed, right before you're getting up, feel that gap, feel as it's like no costume, it hasn't started. It's not saying, oh, I gotta get up, oh, I gotta get the kids ready, oh, I gotta get to work, oh, I'm late, oh, I got a full agenda. Before that I starts, there's a small gap. And the more you try to make that gap bigger and bigger, it helps. The more you just stay in awareness. And even if you go in character, you're sort of like recognize, you see like, oh, where's the eye? Oh yeah, the eye, I'm watching the eye. And when the emotions come for this eye, again, not resisting it, not fixing it, holding its space. And sometimes if it's hard, like when you're outside, obviously, you're at work or you're doing things. So that's the moment you just sort of, like I said, you stay in there. You're like, yeah, this character is going nuts right now. We're just going to have a conversation when we get home. Because there isn't anything you can do. That's cord cutting. So that's cord cutting, and I do a lot of cord cutting. But what I'm talking to her about, if she's at work and she's triggered because her fear is coming up, cord cutting is not going to help. Cord cutting works when, with relationship with husband, wife, kid, mom, friends, things like that, because we do have cords that in our relationships we've established, those are energetical cords. And we can cut them, but you gotta also, that has to be done at the right time, because if it's not done right at the time, it grows back, the cord does not go away, and it establishes. So there's a healing that needs to happen, and for that cord to be cut at the right time, and for it to heal, and any cord after that that's established, it'll be on a better, sort of healthier way.
Mm-hmm.
But what she's talking about, or what I was talking to her about, is that if you're at work, you're busy, you're in a meeting, and suddenly your fear comes up, there's nothing you can do in that moment. Because you're actually like in a meeting, you're talking to people, and you gotta hold face. You don't have a minute to go out, there's no cord cutting right there. So that's the moment that you kind of stay in that awareness. Inside, you're trying to tell this character that's taken over, she has a fear for a reason. So you're calming her down in that moment, but the real conversation or cord cutting, whatever we do, happens after that. That awareness needs to be there that, hey, right now I'm safe, a character's taken over, and I can just let this character run, and when I get home, then I can see what this was all about. Because your mind and your emotions can't not compensate. Like if you're in public and you're doing something, especially like I know your job, there's no way you're interacting with people, and there's stuff in here that you're like if anybody sees what's going on here, I'm like holding my face right now, but inside it's just like, just hold that space, just be aware. It's like, yeah, this is happening. And then when you, after the meeting, when you get home, whatever, that's the time to like, okay, let me go see what that was all about. Where is this part in me?
So don't be reactive at the moment.
You can react. Remember, there's no fixing. There's no doing. Because at that moment, if you're trying to shove things down, it depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
There are times you can say, yeah, okay, I see this and I don't need to react. I'm just gonna hold everything in here. And there are times we're human, right? Mm-hmm. And if everything's pushing out, you can't keep it all inside. You might have a burst, you might have a reaction. But if you have a reaction, again, be kind to yourself. I'm human. I'm gonna go figure this out. If I need to apologize, whatever, I'll do it later. But right now, I just need to hold this and figure what this is. Yeah.
Yeah, that really resonates. I think some people are wired differently, and for me, I'm a natural, I guess it would be a fixer, but like a reframer.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just happens. And a lot of times it's helpful. But the other day this was like the worst example of it. I was feeling anxiety, and I was like, well, maybe it's actually excitement. It's like, that is not excitement. That is anxiety, but good try. And nice try. And I was like, no, that was good though. Very on brand for me. And but just thinking, I think the interpersonal stuff is harder because you're in the moment. I've noticed, and I have the worst poker face. ever, so it's very hard for me. But even just by myself, I had this situation that I would keep thinking about, and I'm like, why is it still why is this bothering me? And once I finally was like, it's okay, and stopped judging myself for it bothering me, I started saying, I'm safe, it's okay, like, I'm safe. And it's funny that you said that, because that became like my mantra. It was just like, it's okay, I'm safe. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen if I think about this thing? You know, like, I'm safe, it's okay, and that seems to be helpful.
Yeah, I'm safe, all is well, I'm safe, it's okay. That's one of the first mantras I give to clients. Because that, like, especially if you get into awareness and you're trying to see all the stuff, your fear is gonna get activated because you're going in there to stop programs. You are running on different programs, behaviors, and you have fail safes in there as well. So when you go in to stop these things, they're gonna get activated. The fear is gonna come up more, and I'm safe, all is well is gonna help. Other things, when the anxiety is too much, especially if you're in front of people, your thumb is a good place to hold. You can just, even if you're in a meeting, nobody's gonna notice it. These two fingers together, either hand, is gonna be good to hold. That brings the fear and anxiety down. If that doesn't work, like even holding your both wrists, that's gonna help, or even if you want monofilm, but both, I find it, if you're that high up, this works better. And the last one is this. This is kind of an odd one, but if you have to do it, I always tell people, say, yeah, I'm chilly. Aren't you chilly? I'm just cold. I don't know what's wrong with you. This is cold in here. Yeah. Just be like this. This is like the ultimate is gonna bring everything down. Yeah, the fear is gonna, like,
I can't tell anyone, because then they're gonna know. They're like, oh, she's losing it.
Yeah.
She's got her arms here.
I've had people, like, they've told me they use the cold one. People's like, okay, she is cold. She's like, yes, I'm cold. I don't know. Actually, cold. I'm cold. Or the other thing is like, yeah, I'm cold. Yeah. Because you're basically giving yourself a hug, and you're telling that part of you that's afraid and anxious, it's okay. You're okay, you're safe. We're gonna go through this. This is for, like, when it's really high and the other stuff is not calming it down, and you're like with other people and you're just like, what the hell am I gonna do now? But the other thing I wanted to point out, though, you were aware. That's the key. I'm aware right now that I have anxiety. There's awareness that, hey, even I'm saying the anxiety is excitement, and I'm aware that it's like saying, no, this is anxiety. So that's the awareness. So that's the part that I want you guys to feel and see more, because you are constantly aware. That awareness is your real being, is watching, is always present. Even when you sleep, the awareness is there. So if you can manage that, which we naturally are, but we're just not, like, you were aware at that point. You knew exactly what's happening. And that's the awareness that can tell everything. He's like, yeah, come back. I'm here with you. Come back. It's okay.
I always think of it as like being, I'm also an artist, and so I always think of it as being the observer.
Yes.
Like where you're in that space of like, this thing is over here and I'm over here.
Yes.
Or,
Yes. Perfect.
Just
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, and soon, I mean, like, you're gonna see all your relationships with your parents, your kids, your loved ones unravel before you. I mean, a lot of times you might not even need the cord cutting, because you are gonna see it, and that seeing and holding space for it naturally cuts everything out. But yeah, if you need more help, there are people like me, there are people like she went to, that we can sit with you, because sometimes it is hard to sit and see those places. Part of what I do is I help people see those parts that is inside that they're not aware of, they're not seeing, and they're running the show. And I get them to come out, I get you guys to see it, and we hold space for it together. And we release different methods, release whatever needs to be released. We do cord cutting, we do a lot of different things, as some of my clients here can tell you. But yeah, but the first thing, because what I'm trying to get people to see, because I get this a lot. People come to me, can't you just have me on the table and get rid of this? No. Can't you just give me something? No. Can't you just wave your hands? No. But I think this is not mine. It's an attachment. It's something attached to me. It's something from my past life. And they will do anything and everything not to sit there and feel it and see it. And I tell everybody, whatever's attached to you, I'm not saying there's an attachment. Whatever's attached to you, whatever came from past lives, whatever is here now, it is for a purpose. It is here to show you something about you that you're carrying inside that needs to come out and be released. So it doesn't matter how it came in this lifetime. It doesn't matter how it came in the present. The point is, it's here. It's here now. And the only way you're gonna be going through is to face it, to look at it, and be honest with yourself. A lot of times, we don't want to see our sort of what we've called ugly parts that we don't want other people to know about. We don't want to, oh yeah, I got that thing over there. If anybody knew how I feel and what my thoughts are there. But it's in there. Invite it, see it, don't run away from it. Because that's the only way you are going to be able to heal and let go, and be able to let go of these layers and stand there free and be, just be. We have played these characters for so long that we have forgotten how to just be. Every moment of every day we get up and I gotta do this, I gotta do this. The I goes into like, ugh. And we've forgotten just to be with everything that we are, just here and now, everything, all the good, bad, ugly. If you don't judge it, there is no good, bad, and the ugly. It just is. And it's all a gift for you here now.